Hi, and welcome to Heaven. This is Julia Kibilda,
And Raquel Alves.
and we're here for the second part of our Christmas episode.
Thank you and enjoy. So my 14, let me get my chocolate.
Chocolate.
My chocolate, it's a squirrel.
A squirrel?
Yes.
How are squirrels Christmassy?
I don't know. That's the person who made this Advent calendar, not me. Yeah, my 14 one is like very similar to the one you've done like 2 ago. I'm already lost in count. Which is you should buy clothes that fit you.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
Yeah,
like the same as you were saying. It's so important because I think a lot of people, even myself included at times, even though I never had that many body image issues, is that you always buy the clothes that you want to look like.
Yeah, so you often see like models or whatever
Yeah.
that you like aspire to look like them and like clothes look good on them, but then they might not
But
be like the flattering shape for you or the flattering color for you.
yeah, so I would say that like buy clothes that fit you, your body, your skin tone, whatever
Your
it is,
style.
your style, everything, because that's how you're gonna feel confident. That's how you're gonna feel great about yourself, actually.
Period. Okay, what have we got? This is another candy cane. So, this was kind of deep and it hits really hard. I mean, it's not that deep, but it hits hard. Is that you need to learn to pause and appreciate your successes.
That's so true.
And I feel
Yes.
like I forget about it a lot. And I feel like it kind of relates to one of your first points that, like, you should always strive for more. But I
Yeah.
feel like that can be sometimes you can go too far with that and you can just stop appreciating what you have in the moment and stop appreciating your achievements. For example, when I was reflecting about this year, at first I was like, oh, I've actually done nothing this year. Oh, there was nothing significant I've done this year. Like there was no milestones, there was nothing crazy that I've done. And then I took a step back and I was like, actually, there's so many things that I've done and so many challenges that I overcome. And I didn't even think of it and I didn't appreciate it at all, but the effort that came with it. And so I feel you just need to take a step back and give yourself like a little clap, a little pat on the shoulder and be like, well done, and celebrate yourself.
Yeah, I think celebrate your successes and even small successes is always very good for your soul. Okay, we have day 15.
Oh, we're getting closer.
Okay, we have a reindeer.
Cute.
So number 15 is very simple but extremely important. That is cultivate your friendships. Your friendships are so important.
Hashtag friends.
And I have to say that kind of similar to you, I was as a teenager very obsessed with the fact that I did not had a boyfriend or girlfriend and I was not in a couple and I felt like I was lacking. And it's very funny that I got a boyfriend throughout my whole 20s. Yet what was most important to me was actually my friends.
Yeah.
And the friendships that I developed during my 20s, the ones that stayed.
Hashtag me. Shout out me.
Shout out Julie Kibilda. I don't know if you know her, but Julie Kibilda.
She's a friend.
She's a friend. But yeah, I would say that it's kind of ironic that when I did not have any boyfriend or anything, I was very obsessed with it. And then when I had one, I'm very obsessed about him. No, don't worry. But what was more important was actually my friendships. And I understood more the importance of having friends more than the importance of having a partner.
That's very true. One. I love my friends. It gets like progressively harder to maintain your friendships the older you get because obviously people disperse, not only location wise, but also, everyone has their own schedule and it's hard to keep up. And in a way, it's much easier to focus on one person who's your partner in your relationship. And you may even live together. So naturally, it's easier to maintain that. Yeah. Whereas like often you may find yourself like struggling to find time for your friends or catch up with them or do like little things to stay connected, and I feel like it's so important. And I love all of my friends so much and I value like all of my friendships and they always make me feel like so warm and so cared for. I agree, it's very important. Okay, next one. What is that? It's a Christmas hat, like a Santa's hat. Very cute. So number 15. Okay, this is more like a skill thing. Flex.
Doesn't matter.
Flex, but I still learn it. So
yeah.
Which is I discovered I'm amazing at doing my own nails.
Yes, she is.
Shout out. And it was something that happened very unexpectedly and kind of turned into one of my biggest hobbies right now. And something that's my creative outlet. So for those of you who know me, you know that I do my own nails and I do my gel. I do like gel nails. I do like, salon nails, not just like paint my nails.
No, extremely salon.
Exactly. And I'm very into it. I buy like all the novelty tech stuff and new gels and 3D and whatnot. And I follow the current trends and whatever. And I don't know, it's just something that I really love. And it's like my little creative outlet. And I don't know, before I used to draw and stuff, but I've kind of outgrown that. And I feel like my like doing my own nails kind of became like my little creative thing that I really enjoy, and I'm considering like
cute. I love and support that so much.
Developing it like more, and I want to do like a course on it, and I really want to like cultivate it, and I really like it.
Very nice, very nice. Okay, so we're going to 16.
What is it? What is it? What is it?
A shooting star.
Ah, again, very cute. I love shooting stars. Like,
yeah, it's better than a regular star.
Make a wish.
So, on the same vibes as your oven, having a dishwasher is a privilege, and you feel grateful for having one.
Oh my god, I love the appliances shout out. The oven, the washing machine.
When I lived with the dishwasher, my god, like my life became so much easier.
That's true.
If you live like just by yourself, it's not that bad because you're just one person. But if you live with just one more person, dishwasher.
Yeah, that's true. I live alone and I have a small dishwasher, but I don't really use it much. But it is very useful when you're tired or you have like more people over. Honestly, life-changing.
Yeah, so if you have a dishwasher, fucking feel grateful for it.
Appreciate it. Use it.
It's a fucking privilege. Dishwasher.
Yeah.
For the win.
You won't know how much you could be missing.
Yeah, exactly. So hold on to it. Take it with you wherever you go.
Take it wherever you go.
In your purse.
Okay, what is this? Another snowman with a little scarf. Very cute. Okay, this one hits very deep as well.
After my day.
As that doing what makes you happy professionally is very important.
Yeah, it is.
I feel like, yeah, like work is such a big part of your life that it's really important that whatever you do makes you happy. And I know there is a lot of people who have the mentality of my work is just for survival, my other time is for my personal development. But then I'm like, you spend so much time at work. How can it just be for survival? That means you're just surviving. It means your life is just about surviving.
Yeah.
Because you cannot tell me that after a 9 to 5, you develop yourself over the weekends and the time that you have left in between. Because that's not true. And if you're saying it, you're lying to yourself. Period. That's all I have to say on this matter. I'm not gonna go deeper because I'll get depressed.
Okay. No, but I agree completely. It's like if you're spending so much time, it can't be just for the survival. At least I don't think I can live that way for more than I already have, in a sense that I don't know, I need to feel some kind of fulfillment, otherwise I'm gonna crash. But yeah. Moving on to 17. Say 17.
Going strong. What is this?
It's a candy cane.
Nice.
A lot of candy canes are in here.
Yeah, that's true.
17 is 17 is know when to put yourself in an uncomfortable situation. This can be beneficial in the long run. So I guess it's kind of similar vibes as like change is good.
Yeah.
I think I've learned to identify which uncomfortable situations is actually good for myself to be in, even if it's for personal growth, but also to achieve something else afterwards. And that, yeah, I think while you're doing that is also keeping that in mind so that there's like an end goal to it all. And yeah, it's the same vibe as like change is good. It's like putting yourself in an uncomfortable situation can lead you to better stuff in the end.
10 out of 10. I agree. It's very difficult to do that and to overcome it. And for example, I procrastinate a lot, but I have to do that. But so many good things in my life came from like being in uncomfortable situations. Okay, what do we have here? This looks a bit like a mistletoe. I'm gonna assume it's a mistletoe. Okay, number 17 is that there is no such thing as a good degree.
Damn, that's controversial.
Yep, hot take.
Hot take.
I mean,
explain a bit.
This is worded a bit wrong, but what I mean is there is no such thing as a better degree to another.
Okay.
That's more what I mean. I'm not saying that there's no such thing as a good degree and like degree is not worth it. But what I mean is that we tend to have this preconception that there is good degrees and there is, other degrees. Now you have like medicine, law, economics, finance, whatever. That's considered like good degrees because they get you good jobs. And then, there's art school and whatever. And I feel like as a person who went to law school and then went to art school, I relate a lot to this. And I used to have that mindset as well, which is why I went to law school in the first place. And it was like, I'm just gonna go to law school for 4 years and then just magically switch into art because that's actually what I want to do. And that was my plan. And looking back, like there is no such thing as a good degree as long as you're doing what you want to be doing. Yeah. I feel like it links a lot to what I said before. But if you're in the process of choosing, obviously be smart about it. But also, I would say, I mean, you only live once, and
yeah, exactly.
And the degree doesn't really define you. And then going into work, I feel like what I do is not really that related to my actual degree, to be honest. I could have studied something completely different and also be doing the same job. At the end of the day, it's up to you and your actions after that, what like your path, your life is gonna take. So I feel like it shouldn't be such a deep thing as well.
Yeah.
Like it is very important, but I feel like it's very blown out of proportion in our society. And then in the end of the day, everyone is struggling to get a job.
Yeah, regardless. So.
Also, paralegal jobs and like entry consultancy or finance jobs, they do not pay that well. All these preconceptions about like, oh, finance bros or like consultant bros earning crazy money right away, being 20, it's not all that great. And yeah, I just feel like there is no such thing as a good degree in that sense.
Yeah, no, I agree. I got a lot of judgment to follow art, for example, and I literally would be like, people get no jobs as like doctors and nurses. So
exactly.
in terms
or like if you work for public healthcare, there is bans that you have, and you're never gonna be able to earn more, so you can live for like 26K for the rest of your life.
And honestly, if you're gonna struggle, at least struggle on something that you like, because
exactly,
as we have already like kind of talked about, is that there's no point of you working in a job for like many hours of your day and then you don't even like it. I mean, what's the point? You better just struggle with something that you enjoy more.
Exactly.
Okay, number 18. We are over age. Number 18. We have, I think we also have a mistletoe.
Very cute.
So for number 18, I have I learned how to not get a hangover. So that is
do share.
So this has worked for me. That's how I've been doing it, and I had only 2 hangovers in my life, so I think it works. That is, before going to sleep, drink 1 bottle of water and eat something sugary like a biscuit or 2. Next morning, you'll be fine.
That's actually very smart.
That's what I would do. Sometimes I couldn't drink a whole bottle of water, but I would drink at least 2 glasses full of water before going to sleep. Eat like a little biscuit I had at home, like a little chocolate, like something like sugarly rich. And then go to sleep. Next morning, wake up fine.
Need to try it out. Thank you. Thank you for the tip. Okay. What do we have? Pow. Another star. Okay. Number 18 is you shouldn't overpluck your eyebrows. Very important lesson learned.
Good. We might avoid some tragedies if you listen.
Exactly. Not really much to add here. Just like a PSA. That's it. Looking out for my girls and boys out there.
Okay. Number day 19. So we have a Santa Claus hat.
Very cute.
Very cute. Lol. My reflections on love are so.
Oh, my next one is also about love.
Oh my god. What I wrote was number 19 is that love is only easy when there's stability.
Wow, okay. Elaborate.
So what I mean by this is that you do have to have some kind of stability in your life. It doesn't have to be like your whole life has to be stable. We need some stability enough for a relationship to thrive, because I'm talking about not just casual dating, talking about in a relationship. Something in you has to be stable in order to have a good relationship. And for the relationship to like also become stable too.
Yeah.
Otherwise it's just going to be problems that will inflict on your relationship and then it will crash. And sometimes it's not even because you stopped loving the other person. It's just that everything else just came in the way. So yeah, that's what I mean by love is only easy want their stability. It becomes harder if everything is harder as well.
That's true. Yeah, I agree.
And I guess in a way, it's more like if you see that your relationship might not be going well, it's just like evaluate from different points of view. Perhaps it might be just financial problems that you and your partner have, or one of you have, and it's like kind of destabilizing the relationship because you cannot go on dates or buy gifts, like all those things. Sometimes it's not the people themselves, it's just the non-stability.
It's just like life. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay, what is this? Another snowflake. Yummy.
Yummy. I love eating snow.
First snow, my favorite. Okay, this is also about love, number 19, and it's that the person who truly loves you will accept you just as you are. Shout out Bridget Jones.
I was literally gonna say that. Shout out Bridget Jones.
Bridget, he loves you just as you are. And I feel like, I don't know, when I used to date before, I always thought there was something wrong with me when I would get rejected or when the relationship wouldn't work out. And it would really put me down. And I've learned that if someone really cares about you and if someone really loves you, they will make an effort and they will appreciate you and love you for all of your quirks. Even like the bad stuff about you, even the stuff that they may find annoying, they will still find a way to appreciate you.
Yeah. Don't change unless you're like a toxic person, but like don't change about like your core personality stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Don't try to mold yourself to fit other people or please other people or fit into their idea of what's cool or what's attractive. Because if someone loves you, they should be attracted to who you are as a person. Because as we said before, you yourself and your relationship with yourself is like the most important. And then that other person should come to enrich
instead
and enrich
or
your life.
Enhance that.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay. 20. Woo! Almost there. Okay, day 20. It's almost Christmas, guys. 20. We have a boot filled with gifts.
Very cute.
Okay, number 20 is a bit in the same vein as the very initial one I said about keeping your sense of wonder and stuff, which is basically just keep being excited for things. Again, this whole thing of like living your life, and it gets harder and harder as we go from here. This crazy world of being an adult. Sometimes you may lose that excitement you have for music or for shows, or there was a moment in my life that I really felt like, oh, I'm not excited anymore for this new movie coming out. And I used to be so obsessed and like, oh, I cannot wait. And that kind of excitement started to vanish.
Yeah.
And I've learned how perhaps that could actually be a warning sign that like, okay, I need to change something in my life.
Yeah, because you're not appreciating.
Because I'm not appreciating, I'm not getting excited about things that are happening in life, actually. So very important to keep excitement for things that are happening around you and in your life.
Yes, I agree. Okay, next one. Another Christmas tree. Okay, number 20 is side bangs are never a good idea.
Oh my god.
Because your girl was rocking some side bangs back in the day.
Well, it's not that bad.
No, like side bangs. You've never seen me in those.
Oh, okay.
Like, I'm talking like...
Oh, yeah.
I just showed, you didn't see, but yeah. Like 2000...
Yeah.
13 era.
No, that's terrible.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it was bad. I'm not gonna elaborate more. I hope those pictures get buried.
Okay, 21. This is also a bit of shout out to Julia, but wait, before we go into my chocolate.
What is it? What is it, Raquel?
It's an elf.
Elf on the shelf.
It's a little elf.
That's cute.
So 21 is a shout out to Julia because I learned what a good vodka actually is. And you can learn it too if you follow our advice, that is to get Polish vodka.
Polish vodka, 10 out of 10. No burning sensation.
No hangover afterwards.
No hangover, no unpleasant feelings, just smooth.
Smooth. Actually delicious, because a lot of people tell me, oh, I prefer tequila shots because vodka has no taste. And I'm like, girl.
Flavored vodka?
You don't know good vodka. And I've learned it, and I want to pass this on to other people.
People are drinking that Smirnoff shit or whatever, and they're missing out on the good ones.
Exactly. So, Polish vodka, look it up.
Honestly. Okay. Number 21. What is this? It's another sleigh. Okay. Number 21, I learned that I need my own space.
That's very important.
Yeah, I learned that I need my own space in like a physical sense. I just need a place that's for my own, that there's like no other people in it. And though I love like being with people and I love being with others, but I need my own space that's just gonna be my own and myself, that I can just thrive in and rot for a little bit if I need to, and just enjoy peace and quiet and like not talk to anyone. And especially the more busy I get and the more stressful life is, I realize that I really like it's something that's really important to me, and it makes me very peaceful, and I really do enjoy spending time by myself. So yeah.
No, I think that's very important. I think I've realized that too, that I really need my own space and I need to have like 1 to 2 hours a day just me alone and no one else in the room. Okay, we're gonna go for
22.
22. What do we have here?
It looks like a snow globe.
Wow, they really went out there with these advent calendar. A snow globe with all this detail. Wow, amazing. I can almost shake it.
I can bite it.
So 22 is, if it's a bit of a counter to a couple of things we said, that is not caring too much sometimes can also lead to selfishness. That is like, oh, I don't care about this or that or you or doing these things or whatever. Sometimes can also lead to selfishness because then only you matter. So I think overall, together with everything else you said, it's just like reach a good balance.
Yeah, that's
of
true.
These two.
Yeah, I think that's very true. I feel like sometimes, or for example, I get really annoyed when I ask my boyfriend, I'm like, oh, what do you want to eat? And he's like, I don't care.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, well, I want you to care because I want you to express an opinion. Obviously, sometimes that's fine, but I feel like I know sometimes it can feel dismissive when people are like, oh, I just don't care about this, it's whatever. But you really want them to care because it's something that you care about. And sometimes, you really might not care about it too much, but you can always make an effort to express an opinion about it. You don't have to feel extremely strong about it, but you can express it and take the time to think about it instead of just saying like, oh, I don't really care, it's whatever you want.
Yeah, because I think sometimes like this over not caring, yeah, just alienating the other person as well at some points. Like it can lead to that. Doesn't mean it happens all the time, but just something to be mindful and careful that, yeah, just not caring too much is also bad, basically.
That's true. Okay. What is this?
A nutcracker.
A nutcracker? You think so?
It looks ugly as one.
Okay. It's a nutcracker with no head, no? Number 22.
Yeah.
I feel like we've already talked about it, so I'll just mention it. That is that to appreciate the little moments, like in life. I'm not even saying like successes, but little things like, I don't know, a nice sunset on your way home.
Yeah.
Or nice lighting when you're walking down the street. Or like a dog that passes you by. Or that someone was really nice to you in a coffee shop. And things like that. Or that, complimenting strangers on the street. Just those like very, very, very little things, even 1 second moments in your life. I feel like it's very important to appreciate those and cherish them, and also make them for other people as well. Like complimenting strangers, or just, being like a bit extra nice, or starting a conversation with someone. Just, I don't know, trying to make life, everyday life, a bit more meaningful, I guess. I feel like that's what they do. So
I feel like that's like the true meaning of like romanticizing your life.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Appreciating little moments.
Exactly.
Okay.
23.
Woohoo! Almost Christmas Eve. 23, we have a pair of bells.
Jingle bells.
Yes. But 23, which is very like fitting for being almost Christmas, is that I learned how to pack a lot in a very small space. I feel like it's a skill that I really learned, and how so many times I have to pack to travel back home, back to where I live, back home.
Yeah.
Always going on and about, and always like being the very wealthy person that I am. I've always traveled with a backpack, so packing a lot in a small space is a true skill that I got, to the point that when I started this life, I would take a few days to pack my stuff, and now I take literally an hour before leaving the house.
Big slay.
So yeah, I think that's a great skill that I got and I learned.
That's a very good skill. 10 out of 10. Okay. What is this? It's a bag of Christmas gifts.
Woohoo!
Okay, 23. I've learned I probably also learned this like around 23, so very accurate. I learned the importance of networking.
Wow, look at her.
It sounds like a LinkedIn boss right now,
businesswoman coming through. Let's go.
But it is true. And it kind of links to what I said that like reaching out to people goes a long way.
Okay.
And I feel like you should maintain relationships with people even once you meet briefly. Networking is really important, and you never know when someone else will be able to help, or like what skills that other people may have that could be helpful to you or that could be enriching to your life. It's also good to like talk with people from different fields and whatnot, and like be really open-minded, because you never know what you might learn or discover about those people. And I'm not saying to networking, because I hate that, but I mean like in social life, in real life, when you're out and about, chatting up people, at parties, whatever. You never know who you're gonna meet, and you should not just be standing in your own circle with the people that you know. You should branch out and talk to strangers. And I feel like it's really nice. And I've had a lot of very enriching conversations. And you may not speak to those people ever again, but you never know.
You also might.
But you also might.
Yeah.
And you never know. So I feel like that's really important.
No, I really, really agree. Okay, it's Christmas Eve 24. All right. What do we have for 24? Surprise me, advent calendar. Give me everything.
Give me everything.
We have a bag full of gifts.
That's what I just had.
Well, it's not my fault. It's like we have 2 different advent calendars, Julia.
I'm just surprised.
Honestly, I don't know. Well, 24. Okay, so this is I phrase this in a very complicated way, but I'm going to read it and then try to explain. So I've learned the value of being outside, in the sense that of like exploring the world around you and not being constantly entrapped by your screens at home. I feel like this is something that I've noticed about myself a lot, that as an introvert, I tend to naturally be in closed doors a lot.
Yeah.
And I think naturally a lot of people are feeling that way, because so much more we are like experiencing life through our screens and through our phones.
Yeah.
Like so many people who watch 500 TV shows in a year, but they never actually go experience life outside. So I think something that I've learned for sure is that valuing those experiences. Actually stop watching movies about it. Go live it out there. You know what I mean?
That's true. That's
valuing
true.
Being outside and going to places and meeting people.
Stop like hiding about how your life is not like the movies, or how it could be so much better, because you can actually like actively change it and make it better.
Yeah, that's kind of what I mean, is valuing that and make a bit of an effort to go outside and actually go live those experiences.
Very true. I couldn't agree more. One of my 2025 resolutions. Okay. What is that? That is
Jingle bell?
Yeah, it is a bell. Jingle bell. Okay. 24, I learned that it's okay to grow out of your hobbies.
I like that.
Yeah, I've learned that it's okay to drop things. Like, it doesn't mean that you failed at them. It just means that maybe you're like outgrew them. Because I used to be super hung up on it. Or I used to be, for example, super into drawing and illustration, and I'm really good at it, humbly speaking. But it's just not something that I enjoy as much anymore as I used to. Like, it's still a nice skill that I have, but I kind of found myself, I still do it from time to time when I feel like it, but I used to feel almost bad for not doing it anymore, and I used to kind of force myself to do it, and I would struggle a lot to do it because it just wasn't something that I was treating, like I started treating it more as a chore at that point, and it didn't become like enjoyable anymore. So, who knows, maybe in a few years I'll start missing it and come back to it, and I feel like that's totally okay. And it's okay to pick up new things, and it's okay to also drop them afterwards. I feel like so many people are hesitant to pick up new hobbies and try new things because they're like, oh, what if it's just a waste of time because I'm not gonna like, enjoy it, or I'm gonna drop it. It's fine if you just go to one class of pottery. It's okay.
Yeah.
You still might make like a nice pot. It really doesn't matter. It's just about trying things, and if you don't try, you won't know. It's kind of like me with doing my nails. If I never tried, I would never like it so much. So remind yourself that it's okay to just put things behind you, and you also change as a person, and so your interests and your hobbies also change. So it's not like a failure, or it's not like a sign of like you not being maybe good enough in them and dropping them. It's just maybe something that you're not that into anymore, and that's fine.
Yeah, I totally relate to that because I also used to feel quite guilty for not drawing anymore because I was so me throughout my childhood and then so me throughout my teenage years. Now which my 20s and I don't want to draw and I feel like I'm kind of, as you say, failing, but perhaps I just outgrew it. I did it for so long actually.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
now I have other interests and that doesn't mean that I failed on those. It's just I'm just a different person now.
Exactly.
For sure, yeah.
Oh my God, it's time for the last one. 25.
If you're still listening, thank you so much.
Thank you. We're always like, oh, this is gonna be a special. It's gonna be such a quick episode.
We're
And
always
it's
like that. It's never true.
and then the rough draft is like an hour and a half.
Anyway, here we are and at the Christmas day celebrating with a big chocolate, a big Santa Claus. Look how
Big fat Santa
big
Claus.
fat Santa Claus. Like this chocolate is, you can't see, unfortunately. It's actually bigger than the other ones. And for the last one, because yeah, girl doesn't know how to talk to chill, she says, seriously,
I'm like in full anticipation.
loving someone is better than feeling loved.
Oh, my last one is also about love. That's
Okay.
very cute.
So like what I think this one is a big shout out to my boyfriend because I think he really taught me how loving someone is better than feeling loved, because kind of in the same conversation we were having that we were so obsessed as teenagers to in a way be loved by someone.
Yeah.
And I wanted that so bad, as feeling loved, understood, supported by someone. And I got that. And in the first few months, it felt amazing because I never had it. But I think with time and in my relationship, which thankfully lasted this long, is that he taught me to really love someone. And he taught me how like loving someone is so much more gratifying than to feeling loved.
Wow.
We feel
Shout out.
lovely spirit in this Christmas day.
Love actually is all around.
Okay, I'm excited about yours.
That's very true. Okay, mine is way more self-centered, but anyway. No, mine is.
Well, what's your
I forgot. Honestly, I can't eat any more sweets. So I feel like I'm gonna throw up, but let me just let me just open it for like the, for the part of it. And this is another reindeer. It's so cute. And it actually has like a kind of red nose, which is very cute. Okay, my 25, saying in the spirit of love, after what all we said, is that first and foremost, you need to learn how to love yourself.
Before you love someone. Yeah,
exactly.
For real. That's actually true.
For real.
For real.
And I feel like yeah,
man.
Yeah. It's the sugar rush is kicking in.
Literally. Together with the alcohol. Oof.
Honestly, I feel like I really learned this, and it's something that I haven't fully realized before. Obviously, everyone says that, but I feel like you don't really realize how important it is until it happens, or like you get both at the same time, or like you have someone that really loves you, but then you don't really appreciate yourself for what you are. And I feel self-sabotage is like a very difficult thing, and it can also make your other relationships very difficult to truly flourish. And so to have a truly healthy relationship, you really need to have it with yourself first, because you're not able to give as much if you don't love yourself as much. Because I feel like you should always give more to the other person. And so if you're lacking with loving yourself, it's going to be very difficult for you to find that energy and to find that strength in you to give it to the other person too. It's kind of like you can share as much as you have. So
basically you put together our 2 Christmas days into love yourself, and then you'll be able to have this gratification of loving someone else.
Exactly. Perfect. See, great minds think alike. And we hope you enjoyed this episode. Yeah. It's been a long one.
Yes, I hope you're eating chocolates along with us.
Or taking shots, whatever makes you happy.
whatever goes your way.
Baby Guinness, anyway.
So yeah, thank you so much, and we might only see you next year.
So in case we don't see you till the end of the year, I guess.
Have a great holidays.
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Woo! Thank you so much for being in heaven in 2024. We'll be back in 2025.
Exactly, for an even better,
grander,
filled with more wine heaven. Love you. Bye.